I suppose we got to talk about this football game last night. Are you guys surprised that they booed Russell Wilson? I'm a little surprised by that. He kind of gave that team and that city a lot, you know?
Not surprised. Not after that ESPN profile that came out. He's a dick. Get him out of here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean,
get him out of here.
Character assassination.
Well,
he displayed the behaviors of a cornball.
You think that booing was from an ESPN article?
Well,
it was his choice to leave. He left.
He wanted out, which automatically in American sports, anytime someone wants out, everyone gets their feelings hurt. That's a baseline. But if you read that profile, I mean, it was extremely well done and very well researched, and there are a lot of issues about they had issues with the way he was bucking against what the team wanted and what the team needed out of him, and he felt kind of like he was being held down by the system and by the team. So his exit, while we might think of it as like it was a cool exit, it wasn't. It was some acrimony there.
In the bottom of that profile, in the small text, it actually talks about how Russell Wilson audibled out of a running play at the goal line to make himself the MVP.
Right? Like there were several examples from the story where they talk about him making plays or changing plays, not for the betterment of are we going to win this game or not, but because he wanted to look better. He wanted more yards, more stats.
Okay,
and he was the one actually letting Russ cook.
When someone exerts their power over an organization and a city to leverage a better deal for themselves, there's almost no way to do that well. And in the escape, a lot of stories like that are going to emerge. We've been hearing that since the champion Seahawks had him at value, and the defense didn't like what a company man he was. And he, more than anybody there, was responsible for that champion breaking up because he went and got the value that he had earned at the position, but also that defense, which carried him with not Russell Wilson as champion leader, but Russell Wilson at value as champion leader. He was the last one standing, and then when it got bad, he also bailed. But I thought in winning a championship and being the best quarterback in Seahawks history, that the few details on whatever the acrimony is between loyalty to squad and quarterback who gave you many years and a championship, I thought the winning would exceed whatever selfish pettiness and humanity emerges there.
I knew the Legion of Boom didn't like him, and slowly but surely over time, Browner's gone, Sherman's gone, Bennett's gone, now Bobby Wagner's
Earl
gone.
Thomas, Chancellor, all of them.
Yeah, like the last stronghold was Bobby Wagner, then it's just basically Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. What I'm surprised at is I knew that the Legion of Boom had their issues with Russell Wilson. You watch the reaction from last night is that whole new slew of Seahawks did not like Russell Wilson either.
It is an issue when you are not only company man, guy who aligns with management as the leader of the players. The players don't have to be against management, but they don't want to think that they've got someone in their huddle who is just aligned with Pete Carroll, and therefore their stuff is not private players' stuff, that he's on management side. Now you combine that with him having that power, him getting all the money, all the other guys not getting the money, and him being selfish on plays, whatever those details are, to bring himself the optics of glory. You combine all that stuff. Yes, there are poisons there, but again, I thought winning trumped that stuff. What was that? Greg, what was that sound? You can't drink coffee quietly?
I can't control this cup. I mean,
you're literally controlling
it. I drink like any other man would. I go like this.
The cup is a sentient being. It's like
you can't control it. No,
and it has a mind of its own.
It controls him.
You said this again.
You said he's
audibled at the goal line.
There you go.
Better.
Yeah, you said he's aligned with Pete Carroll. It probably goes higher than Pete Carroll. And if that Marshawn Lynch audible thing is true, then Pete Carroll's been swallowing a lot of shit on behalf of Russell Wilson.
That was my point. Like, how much more do we respect Pete Carroll now? He had to eat that shit sandwich for 7 years where everyone called him an idiot, a boob, for not giving it to the sure thing over there. And all along, it was Russell Wilson's fault. And every time this man just took it, he just said, give me some more, yum, 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 of that shit sandwich. I was like, wow, if I were a player, I want to play for someone like that who's going to cover for me. But obviously, the moment I'm out the door, they're not going to cover for me no more.
The ally there as Pete Carroll, part of his job, I think, as head coach, it's one of the reasons he's a player's coach, is to eat that for years and years and years. And it's where Brady and Belichick broke up. Belichick would be perfectly comfortable being out there telling even Brady, nope, you're going to be held accountable. And I think it's interesting. I mean, you coming from the organizational perspective, the schism between where do I align? Do I align with the player or do I align with the organization, the organizational way? Is it bad leadership to give Russell Wilson the things that he wants when Russell Wilson at quarterback is producing for you a team that for 5 years was right at the top of always contending?
But, I mean, we don't have all the data to formulate an opinion. Like, if we're just learning about one of the more famous plays in Super Bowl history,
Right.
we have no idea what is happening behind the scenes there, what Pete Carroll has had to swallow over the time there, what Russell Wilson is actually like with his teammates. We're just a bunch of hot takers just bloviating about stuff we have no idea about.
We're hot takers, gents. We hot take things.
No, you say that, but Mina Kimes, who's got information, emotion, and history wrapped up in this, she's going to join us a little bit later to actually give us an understanding of the mechanics of this, because a champion did break apart at the center of his leadership. It won one championship and probably underachieved in doing so.
To be clear, you were surprised that he got booed last night.
I was surprised that he got booed last night because I don't expect fan bases that don't have very much sports or winning to be that hostile toward a champion. Whoa. That city doesn't have. That city doesn't have.
The 79 Sonics would like a word.
Yeah, seriously.
I kind of
soccer town too.
I kind of flipped on it because I'm still learning about Russell Wilson's time.
Let me just finish this by saying, is Russell Wilson or is he not the most popular athlete in the history of Seattle sports?
No.
I'm saying no.
No, I'd say Griffey Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the glove, Griffey, Rain Man, maybe. Well, Russell Wilson brought a championship there.
Sean Alexander.
Man, you guys are underestimating what it is for Seattle to win a championship when Seattle never gets to win
He's
the
not
championship.
a kid.
Whichever Hasselbeck was there.
I won't disagree with you on Griffey, but I will not disagree with you on 90s Griffey. But still, Russell Wilson, in the history of that city, there is great emotion tied up in loving him.
He jilted them, though.
I was surprised by the booing. I was surprised. But then by the end of the game and after all the press conference, I kind of started understanding it a little bit better. I guess he doesn't give the media anything. So if he's just politicking behind the scenes, I understand like that huge, big release of emotion. It looks like a lot of people were protecting that image of Russell Wilson.
David Wingate.
David Wingate.